Good morning, class 9. Open your supplementary readers, Moments, to chapter 2. The title of the story is The Adventures of Toto. I will first give you a summary of the whole story and then I will read it. This is an interesting story of a mischievous pet monkey. The author's grandfather loved animals, and you can say that he had a mini zoo at home. To add to the animals he brought a pet monkey named Toto. This entire story revolves around Toto and his constant nuisance and how he gets into trouble with his adventures. Finally, he is sent back to the same place from where he had come. Having bought Toto for 5 rupees, grandfather tied Toto to a feed trough. Toto looked ill and ugly. Toto used his tail as a third hand. How? He used to hang from a branch with his tail. He used it to scoop up any delicious food that was out of reach of his hands. However, Toto's presence was kept a secret from grandmother. And you know why? Because she did not like or she was not fond of animals. Grandfather was going to Saharanpur to collect his pension. So he decided to take Toto along. So Toto was put into a big canvas bag so that he could not escape. At Saharanpur, he was caught by the ticket collector, who classified him as a dog, and grandfather had to pay 3 rupees as his fare. As days passed, grandmother finally accepted Toto in the house. So he was put in the stable with Nana, the donkey. Toto teased Nana so much that the two never became friends. Toto had an elaborate bathing ritual and enjoyed bathing with warm water. One day, Toto almost boiled himself alive, and it was grandmother who had pulled him out of the kettle in time. Toto continued to tear clothes, breaking plates and other utensils. Toto caused too much loss in the family. And finally, grandfather realized that Toto was not the type of pet to be kept in the house. They could not tolerate him anymore. So what did grandfather do? Grandfather sold him to the same Tonga driver for 3 rupees and heaved a sigh of relief. Students, before I read the story from the text, you have a task. Please listen as I call out the words. You have to find the meanings of these words as they are used in the passage. First, scooping. Second, wrenched. Third, shreds. Fourth, turnstile. Fifth, annoyance. Sixth, triumphant. Seventh, feelings would be hurt. And the last, with nothing better to do. I will repeat these words and phrases again. First, scooping. Second, wrenched. Third, shreds. Fourth, turnstiles. Fifth, annoyance. Sixth, triumphant. Seventh, feelings would be hurt. And the last, with nothing better to do. That is your task. Find out the meanings of these words and phrases given. Now, go back to your reader and let's read through the chapter. Chapter 2, The Adventures of Toto. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough. And the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. Toto was a pretty monkey. Please underline how he was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep-set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were a pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. But his hands looked dried up, as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked, and his tail, while adding to his good looks, grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks, always served as a third hand. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. Grandmother always fussed when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a closet opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely. Or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, and my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was in pieces. I wanted